Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. It's the 23rd of January 2021. If I can make the usual opening request for a favour, and that's if you would please subscribe to the channel, that'd be superb. And here we'll look at a real classic back from the good old days, Gillan's Future Shock. What an album this is. Well, what a band Gillan were. You know, Gillan, of course, fronted by the then ex-Deep Purple vocalist Ian Gillan. Of course, he's rejoined the band and he's with them today still. And this version of Gillan emerged from the Ian Gillan band, which was a sort of a jazz fusion effort, surprisingly enough, but still good. Check out Clear Air Turbulence, for example. And Gillan had a few years in the spotlight, late 70s, early 80s, when new wave British heavy metal was at its peak and whatnot. They always, as I remember, put on a really storming live show as well. I saw them a few times at the good old Sheffield City Hall back then, and they never failed to please. This incarnation of the band included, the monster John McCoy on bass, Colin Towns on the keys, excellent drummer Mick Underwood, underrated drummer in my opinion, and the phenomenal late Bernie Tomei on guitar. Man, could he play. The original early Gillan, Mr. Universe, appeared, I think it was 79, and I think there were some record company issues back then. I think the record company they were on back then went bust. Anyway, Virgin came in with a deal. Gillan's popularity grew, and on and on it went from there. But for me, regardless of anything else they put out, Glory Road, Mr. Universe, you name it, Future Shock is the cream of the crop as far as Gillan went back then. It's a really phenomenal album. I can remember still buying it one Friday afternoon on the way home from work from a branch of Bradley's Records in Sheffield, looking at it and thinking, well, I know we don't buy albums for the covers, but what a cover. Inside, of course, that was in the vinyl days. You opened it up inside and there was a booklet full of really amazing sci-fi influenced prints, and I thought, man, if this sounds as good as it looks, I'll be bouncing. Put the needle on the groove, and man, it blew me away straight away. Still does today, 40 odd years later. The title track Future Shock kicks her in the nuts straight away. Brutal stuff. Lusitania Express, that's another monster one. Night Ride out of Phoenix. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Then after that opening salvo of monster rockers, we go on to No Laughing in Heaven, which is a sort of a pseudo rap, I suppose, and got some really quite funny lyrics to it. And I believe that it was quite a successful single for him. But No Laughing in Heaven. And then on and on we go. Sacre Bleu, there's another. It's short. It's in your face. It's all over the place. Bite the Bullet, again another really hard rocker. If I Sing Softly but that's your ballady stuff. And then bang, we're straight back into it. We Don't Want the Truth. Start to finish, you just can't go wrong. There's no weak point anywhere on this. Heavy stuff. Brutal riffing. Bernie Tomei is all over it. Gillan sings up a storm. What's not to like? Gillan never did anything better, in my opinion. Never did. Still to this day, never done anything as good as Future Shock. But Future Shock, as good as it was, would be the beginning of the end for the band. I think money issues became a bit of an issue. Certain members of the band, I think, became somewhat disgruntled. Tomei left, but was replaced by the excellent fresh out of White Spirit. I'll look at them separately in another video. Janet Gers, who played on a couple of albums, and then of course went on to join Iron Maiden. But as short a career as Gillan had back then, Future Shock is still a standout album 40 odd years later. Monster stuff. You can have anything he's done with Deep Purple or anybody else. This beats them all, in my opinion. Can't go wrong. If you would like to take me up on that and listen to it, there's a link as always in the description below to the album on Amazon. So check that out if you'd like to see if it's as good as I'm saying it is, and I'm sure you'd agree with me. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be excellent. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and of course, take care.